Did you know that while most folks dream of living past 90, a staggering 85% of us don't make it to 82? It's a shocking statistic, isn't it? But here's the thing. It's not just about genetics or bad luck. It's about 5 everyday mistakes that millions of seniors make without even realizing it. Now, by simply steering clear of these common slip-ups, you could add 10 to 15 vibrant, joyful years to your life. Today, we're going to share the story of Dorothy, a 72-year-old retired school principal who nearly learned this the hard way. Her journey is eye-opening, and it just might change your life. Stick with me, because one of these mistakes is so common, 9 out of 10 of you are probably doing it right now. And the last one? It's a silent threat doctors rarely mention because it seems too simple to matter. What you hear in the next few minutes could mean the difference between dancing at your 90th birthday or becoming another statistic. Let's dive in. Mistake 1, social isolation time bomb. It's a sneaky one that creeps up on so many seniors. And it hit Dorothy Chen hard. After retiring, Dorothy thought she'd love the peace and quiet, no more managing tough teachers. No, more demanding parents. No more stressful meetings. But within 6 months, she realized something terrifying. Days were passing without meaningful human connection. Her world had shrunk to her house. Max, and the occasional grocery run. Can you feel the loneliness she must have felt? Here's the chilling truth. Social isolation is as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Research shows it increases your risk of premature death by 50% and doubles your chances of dementia. For seniors, loneliness doesn't just hurt your heart, it kills brain cells, weakens your immune system, and speeds up physical decline. The pandemic made things even worse for Dorothy. Her bridge club stopped meeting, church went online, and family visits turned into video calls. She found herself talking to her dog more than to people, forgetting words, and losing track of days. One morning, she couldn't even remember if she'd taken her medications or what day it was. That's when the fear really set in. The breaking point came when Dorothy's daughter found her crying in the kitchen. "I feel like I'm disappearing," Dorothy confessed. That moment was a wake-up call. But it also sparked hope. Dorothy and her daughter dug into the research and found something incredible. Seniors with strong social connections live 22% longer and have 50% less cognitive decline. That was all Dorothy needed to hear. She started what she called her connection renaissance. And it began with small steps. A wave to a neighbor turned into a coffee invitation. Grocery shopping became a social event by going during senior hours. She joined a book club at the library and started volunteering at the hospital gift shop. She even embraced technology, mastering video calls with her grandkids and joining online classes. But the real game changer was when Dorothy created the Tuesday Club, a weekly gathering for isolated seniors in her building. It started with just 3 people playing cards, but now 20 seniors come together for activities, support, and friendship. Dorothy followed what she called the real connection strategy, R for regular contact, like daily check-ins with close friends. E for emotional depth, sharing feelings, not just facts. A for active engagement, doing activities together. And L for laughter and joy, keeping interactions positive. The results were life-changing. Within weeks, her vocabulary improved. Her depression lifted without medication. Her blood pressure dropped 15 points. She started looking forward to each day, and her memory issues faded as she engaged in real conversations. Dorothy learned that quality matters more than quantity. One deep conversation beats 10 shallow ones. She now maintains 3 close friendships with daily contact, 10 social acquaintances for weekly interaction, 1 volunteer commitment for purpose, and 1 learning group for mental stimulation. Technology became her bridge, not a barrier. She mastered video calls to stay close with family, joined online communities for her hobbies, reconnected with old friends on social media, and took virtual classes and lectures. Today, at 75, Dorothy's calendar is fuller than it was at 65, but it's filled with meaningful connections, not just obligations. She hosts weekly dinners, mentors younger retires, and even started dating again after 3 years of widowhood. She's living proof that connection can transform your life. So, here's my challenge to you. How many days pass without you having a real conversation? Be honest with yourself. You don't have to start a club like Dorothy, just take one small step. Maybe call an old friend or smile at a neighbor. That tiny connection could be the spark that lifts your spirits and adds years to your life. You're not alone. And you don't have to be. Mistake 2: invisible poison in your pantry. When Dorothy Chen opened her kitchen pantry 3 years ago, she thought she was doing everything right. Whole grain cereals, low-fat cookies, sugar-free drinks. It all looked healthy enough. But she was unknowingly filling her body with what nutrition experts call age accelerators, foods that speed up aging and inflammation. It's a sneaky trap. And so many of us fall into it without a clue. Here's the worrying truth. The biggest culprits were hidden sugars and artificial sweeteners. That healthy granola bar Dorothy loved, it had 22 grams of sugar, more than a donut. Her sugar-free drinks were packed with aspartame, which studies link to a higher stroke risk in seniors. These foods were sending her blood sugar on a roller coaster, pushing her closer to diabetes. Can you feel Dorothy's shock? She was trying to eat right, but her pantry was working against her. The wake-up call came during a grocery trip with her nutritionist daughter. They checked the labels, and Dorothy was floored. Her whole grain bread had high fructose corn syrup. Low-fat products were loaded with sugar to make them taste better. Canned soups had so much sodium they could spike her blood pressure in a heartbeat. And those processed meats, they contained nitrates linked to cognitive decline. But the real kicker was this: Dorothy was chronically dehydrated. At 72, her body wasn't signaling thirst like it used to, a common issue for seniors that can lead to kidney problems, confusion, and even falls. She was only drinking 2 or 3 glasses of water a day while sipping dehydrating coffee and wine. But here's where the hope shines through. Dorothy transformed her kitchen with a simple system she called the 555 rule. And it turned her health around. First, she made sure any packaged food had 5 ingredients or less. Second, she drank 5 glasses of water by 5 p.m. to stay hydrated without nighttime bathroom trips. Third, she ate 5 different colored fruits and vegetables every day for a nutrient boost. She swapped packaged snacks for nuts and seeds, sugary drinks for herbal teas and infused water, and processed meats for lean proteins like fish and chicken. That white bread labeled as whole grain, she replaced it with real whole grains. Dorothy also tackled her dehydration with a water ritual. She started with a glass of water first thing in the morning, used a water bottle with hourly marks to keep on track, and counted herbal teas and water-rich fruits like watermelon as part of her hydration. The results were incredible. In just 4 months, her pre-diabetes was gone, her energy skyrocketed, her skin glowed, and her joint pain eased as inflammation dropped. Her kidney function improved dramatically. And get this, her grocery bill went down by 30% because she stopped buying pricey, processed foods. It's amazing what a few changes can do. So, here's my challenge to you. Grab one item from your pantry right now. How many ingredients does it have? Is it working for you or against you? You don't have to overhaul everything at once like Dorothy did. Start small, maybe swap 1 sugary drink for water or check 1 label. That tiny step could be the beginning of a healthier, longer life. You've got this. Mistake 3: mobility mindset death spiral. It's a trap that sounds so reasonable but can cost you dearly. Picture Dorothy Chen, our 72-year-old retired school principal. After a minor fall, she told herself, "I'll just be careful." She stopped taking stairs, avoided uneven sidewalks, and slowly limited her movements. Sounds like a smart way to stay safe. Right. Wrong. It's one of the deadliest mistakes seniors make. And here's why. The truth is, brutal fear of falling creates a vicious cycle that almost guarantees you'll fall. When Dorothy restricted her movements, her muscles weakened, her balance got shaky, and her bones became brittle. In just 18 months of being careful, she could barely get out of a chair without help. The statistics are staggering. Seniors who limit activities due to fear of falling are 3 times more likely to fall within a year. Even worse, every week of inactivity ages your muscles by 6 months. Dorothy was literally aging herself faster by trying to stay safe. Can you imagine her frustration? Feeling her strength slip away. Her wake-up call hit hard when she couldn't lift her 6-year-old grandson. A physical therapist laid it out plain and simple. Dorothy, you're 72, but your muscle mass is like an 85-year-old's. Your protective instincts are hurting you. That moment shook her. But it also sparked hope. Dorothy started what she called the Power of 3 program, and it transformed her life. She did 3 balance exercises while brushing her teeth, like standing on 1 foot for 10 seconds while holding the sink. During television commercials, she did 3 strength moves, like sitting and standing from a chair 5 times. Before bed, she did 3 flexibility stretches, like gentle 2 touches. Her progress was incredible. In week 1, she could barely balance for 5 seconds. By week 4, she was holding steady for 30 seconds without support. By week 12, she was doing single-leg squats. By week 24, she was hiking with her grandchildren. Here's the science that fueled her. Hope studies show even 90-year-olds can double their strength in just 12 weeks. Muscles can grow at any age. Dorothy joined a senior fitness class. Finding that exercising with others made her twice as consistent, she added functional fitness to her routine, carrying groceries in different ways to build practical strength. Practicing getting up from the floor to prepare for falls, walking on grass or gravel to improve balance, and even dancing to boost coordination and joy. The biggest change was in her mindset. Instead of avoiding challenges, Dorothy started seeking them. She took stairs when she could, holding the railing at first. She walked on uneven surfaces intentionally. She practiced standing on one leg while cooking and did chair yoga during television shows. Today, Dorothy deadlifts 60 pounds, teaches yoga to other seniors, and hasn't fallen in 2 years. Her bone density improved by 12%, and she lives without fear, traveling and playing with her grandkids. She's proof that you can reclaim your strength and independence. So, here's my question for you. What's one physical activity you've stopped doing out of caution? Maybe it's climbing stairs or walking in the park. You don't have to leap into deadlifts like Dorothy, just start small. Like balancing while brushing your teeth? That tiny step could rebuild your strength and confidence. You're stronger than you think, and your body is ready to prove it. Mistake 4: medication multiplication trap. Dorothy Chen, our vibrant 72-year-old retired school principal, had a medicine cabinet that looked like a small pharmacy. Sound familiar? She was taking 12 different medications every single day: pills for blood pressure, cholesterol, sleep, pain, you name it. But here's the scary truth. Research from Johns Hopkins shows that taking 5 or more medications increases your risk of death by a whopping 88%. That's right, 88%. It's not just about the individual pills. It's what happens when they mix together in your body. Let me take you back to Dorothy's story. She was prescribed 2 different blood thinners by 2 doctors who weren't talking to each other. Then she added an over-the-counter pain reliever, not knowing she was creating a dangerous cocktail. One day, she noticed unusual bruising and felt so tired she could barely move. A quick trip to her pharmacist revealed she was teetering on the edge of internal bleeding. Can you imagine the fear she felt? But it gets worse. Each new symptom led to another prescription, trapping her in a vicious cycle. Her sleeping pills caused daytime drowsiness, So she got a pill for energy. That caused stomach issues. So she took antacids, which messed with her nutrient absorption, leading to even more problems. It's like a domino effect. And Dorothy was caught in the middle. But here's where hope comes in. Dorothy took charge with something called the medication audit system. And it changed everything. She made a master list of every single medication and supplement she was taking. She scheduled quarterly reviews with her pharmacist and insisted all her doctors communicate before prescribing anything new. She started asking tough questions. Is this pill replacing something or just adding to the pile? Are there non-drug options we can try first? With careful medical supervision, Dorothy safely cut her medications from 12 to just 5 in 6 months. Her energy came roaring back. Her meat felt sharper. And those mysterious symptoms, they vanished. She learned her joint pain was a side effect of her cholesterol medication, and her insomnia was caused by taking her blood pressure pill too late in the day. Now, Dorothy follows a simple system she calls STAMP before accepting any new medication. S, is this symptom new or a side effect? T, have we tried non-drug solutions first? A, are all my doctors aware of this addition? M, will this mix safely with my current medications? P, what's the plan to eventually stop this medication? It's straightforward but powerful. Today, Dorothy feels like she's reclaimed her life, and she wants you to do the same. So, here's my challenge to you. When was the last time you reviewed all your medications with one healthcare provider? Are you taking multiple pills like Dorothy was? Take a moment to think about it. You have the power to break free from this trap, just like she did. One small step today, like making that master list, could add years of vitality to your future. Let's keep going, because the next mistake is hiding in your kitchen right now. Mistake 5, memory myth massacre. It's the one that sneaks up on you with phrases like senior moments or it's just old age. Dorothy Chen fell for these lies until a moment that shook her to her core. She forgot her granddaughter's name. She was convinced dementia was inevitable, that mental decline was just part of getting older. That belief nearly destroyed her mind. And it's a trap so many of us fall into. Can you imagine the fear Dorothy felt, thinking her memories were slipping away for good? Here's the shocking truth. Accepting memory loss as normal can speed up cognitive decline by 60%. When Dorothy stopped challenging her brain, assuming forgetfulness was natural, she created a self-fulfilling prophecy. Her brain, like an unused muscle, started to weaken. Science backs this up when you stop stimulating your brain. The hippocampus, your memory center, can shrink by 2% every year. Dorothy's crisis peaked when she got lost driving to her daughter's house, a route she'd taken for 15 years. Her GPS was useless because she'd forgotten the address, sitting in a parking lot, crying and confused. Dorothy realized she was losing herself. That moment was terrifying, but it also lit a spark of hope. Dorothy launched what she called her Brain Renaissance Protocol, a mental fitness routine that changed everything. Every morning, she spent 15 minutes on brain training apps like Lumosity or Elevate. In the afternoon, she learned something new: Spanish, piano, or painting. Evenings were for journaling to process her day. And before bed, she read challenging books. Not just light fiction, she embraced the never stop learning principle. In week 1, she struggled with basic Spanish phrases. By month 1, she could order coffee in Spanish. By month 6, she was having conversations with native speakers. After a year, she was reading Spanish novels. She used memory techniques like the method of loci, linking items to familiar places, and story chains, creating narratives to remember lists. She also taught what she learned to friends and used dual coding, combining visual and verbal memory cues. But here's what surprised Dorothy. Most physical exercise was the best brain medicine. Her daily walks boosted something called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, by 300%. literally growing new brain cells. She added dance classes, which combined coordination, memory, and social interaction, a cognitive triple threat. Dorothy followed a smart brain approach. S for stimulate with new challenges daily. M for move your body to grow your brain. A for associate new information with known facts. R for repeat and teach what you learn. T for track progress to stay motivated. The results were extraordinary. Her memory test scores improved by 40% in 6 months. She learned to play the piano at 73, became her building's unofficial tech support, started tutoring ESL students, and even wrote her memoir, recalling details she thought were lost forever. Her neurologist was stunned, saying, "Your brain scans look 10 years younger." The biggest revelation, believing in brain plasticity made it real. When Dorothy stopped accepting decline, her brain stopped declining. She now says, "The moment you believe your brain is finished learning is the moment it starts dying." Science confirms this. The brain can grow new cells at any age. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, doesn't stop at 60, sure, or even 90. Dorothy's proof that you can keep your mind sharp and vibrant. So, here's my challenge to you. What's one new skill you've been putting off learning? Maybe it's a language, a musical instrument, or even a new hobby. You don't have to master Spanish novels like Dorothy. Just start small, like downloading a brain training app or reading a challenging article. That tiny step could build a cognitive reserve that protects your mind for years to come. Your brain is ready to grow, and you're capable of amazing things. Let's keep going, because Dorothy's full transformation is next, and it's truly inspiring. Friends, let's close with Dorothy Chen's inspiring transformation. 3 years ago, at 72, she faced a grim future, pre-diabetic, frail, isolated, and over-medicated, with only a few years left. Today, at 75, she's vibrant down to 1 pill, deadlifting her body weight, fluent in Spanish, and leading a senior community. Her doctor marvels at her youthful biomarkers. Dorothy's secret: she rejected aging as decline, embracing each day to grow stronger and more connected. She hikes in Peru, mentors, teachers, and cherishes deeper relationships. Her advice: stop preparing to die, plan to live. Science agrees your body and mind can thrive at any age. Fear is the only barrier. Dorothy's planning a salsa party for her 80th and aims to inspire 1,000 seniors. Pick one action today: review meds, call a friend, or learn something new. Live boldly your best, decade to wet. If Dorothy's story moved you, like and subscribe to join our community. Thanks for being amazing.